Let me ask y'all something. Would you get all the riches in the world, like have everything you've ever wanted and asked for, but you have to put something up for it? I'm not talking about a luxury shirt or your Air Force Ones. I'm talking about your family. Would you put your family on the line for success? Yes or no? Yes. What the? This game called Together Again does that exact thing I just said. A story of a failing business owner putting his family on the line for success. But it depends on you if you're willing to help the poor souls that lost their lives to that monster. Together Again was released around a year ago on November 24th, 2023. And ever since then, it's made a big name for itself. Despite it only having 150k views on GameJolt, for a game of this caliber, it should definitely have way more views. So after this video, if you haven't played this game yet, I really suggest you play it. We begin the game with a cutscene and it's dated all the way back to 1968. An executive comes into the office and tells the owner, whose name is Magwood, the board of directors are waiting for him, which means bro's getting fired. Magwood starts talking to himself in disbelief that he's getting kicked out. He's literally helped them build the company, now they want to get him gone. Me personally, I'm crashing out. No way I'm not crashing out when they trying to get rid of me from my own business. Yeah, hell no. He continues on whining, throwing a fit about him getting fired, but then a solution appears. A mysterious monster pops up and starts talking to Magwood. Obviously, my dog is confused because he don't even know how he's here or how he even brought him to a black box or whatever this is. The monster starts to glaze Magwood, like really glaze up the dude, but then he locks in and asks Magwood what's wrong. Magwood obviously scared. Bro's probably pissing himself terrified. The monster begins to give Magwood a proposition. He'll get everything he's ever wanted for his business: money, riches. Dog can become the next restaurant Elon Musk, but it always comes with a cost. A cost so crazy there's literally no way Magwood accepts it. The monster says Magwood needs to exchange his son for his successes. Magwood obviously declined. He accepted the deal. All it took was a little more glaze and guilt trip to make him accept it. From there, the screen fades to black, then fades into a cutscene of our main character, Ashley Waters.
This is Ashley J. Waters speaking, introducing you to my investigation thesis project for Mrs. Pillivan's class. For this special conclusive project, I've decided to put my dedication, my concentration, and all of my energy into one particular case. Could it be controversial? Yes. Delicate? Of course. Tragic? Unfortunately. But overall, this is one of the most intriguing cases that Montreal and the surrounding area has heard of in the last couple of years, with very little information available on it. On October 11th, 1990, Martin Calcott, Joshua Felwick, and Wendy Gribble disappeared at night under mysterious circumstances after they had left their homes without prior notice. The three of them, presumably at the same hour, headed to unknown whereabouts, never to be seen again. And despite this being a case with hardly any information on it, and with so much room for conjecture and rumors, I, Ashley Waters, compromised to do everything that is in my power to unveil the secret behind their disappearances, one way or the other. Over and out.
Now that we've got everything we need, we begin our first night. Now, usually I'd go over the gameplay of the game as well, but really, it's not that crazy. Like, if you play this game, you know how just repetitive it is. But it's fun. I'm gonna be real. It is pretty fun. So we're gonna keep the gameplay out of this one and stick to the story, which I'm pretty sure that's what everybody's here for anyways. We begin the night's phone call, and it's our mother speaking, who's also the manager of the restaurant. She's going to be on the phone every night explaining what to do and what is going on in the restaurant. You know, the usual things. One thing she does tell us of importance in this night is that there were two people working here before us. A guy named Michael, who got switched to the day shift because dude wouldn't stop complaining, and some girl. This girl who worked here actually got attacked by one of these animatronics. She got away though, but with a broken leg. Yikes. After the night, we walk out the restaurant and see people. Our task here is to go around and interview them to see if they have any information about those three missing children. We asked two friends, some guy by a tree, a creep that for some reason knew everything about us, even knowing the reason why we're there, even knowing our name, which is weird as hell, a guy playing football with his children, and a person chilling by the tree. Each one of these people gave some information that they know about the case, but the important ones to take are that one of the missing children left that night to go to Lake's Fun Funland, a family that lost one of their children went to Lake's Funland the next morning of him missing and supposedly saw him talking to someone behind the door. And the last person we go to interview is actually a detective. He tells us that he's been trying to figure out this case for a while now, and he wants Ashley to help him so they can figure this out together. Ashley accepts, obviously, she'll be dumb not to, and the cutscene ends there. The phone call for night 2 is really nothing. Ashley's mom just explains the mechanic for the new animatronics, Alice, John, and Alex. So 4 of 6 animatronics in this game is now active in only night 2. We begin at the detective's house, whose name is Darren. He welcomes us inside and tells us to sit down. His wife is making coffee for everybody, then fucking teleports. I don't even know how. Didn't know this man was a magician as well. We walk around the house and see his wife, Elizabeth Hill. You see the resemblance, right? Right. We keep walking and see their daughter. They start yapping to each other, but then Ashley mentions her best friend. They was like real close. Felt like they was a family because he lost his mom and his sister in an accident. So Ashley and her mother fit those holes for them. And the cutscene ends there. Night 3, Lake Wagner, the franchise's mascot, is now active, which makes it 5 out of 6 animatronics are now active. Ashley's mother said that Michael showed her some footage of Lake moving around at night, hiding in dark spaces. So she wanted to obviously tell her daughter what to do if he moves around, hiding in dark spots like a weirdo. The cutscene begins and we're back inside Darren's house. He shows us a case that he had a while ago that he believed was connected to the missing children incident, but he was wrong. After, he starts talking about Lake's Funland and how it's a hangout for Diddy's, which I'm pretty sure the main mascot is Diddy himself. He also mentions the owner and how he's into some shady business. He had some reports back when he was still a detective about Magwood, and this reminds Ashley about the interview she did earlier in the week about the missing children, and the one detail that one of the children were lured into a restricted room. So it must have been one of the people who had access to the room. Now she's cooking, I'm not gonna lie. She wants to go interview Magwood and see what he has to say, but Darren thinks it's a bad idea because he's got better things to do, like swimming in money or whatever. Although he's still open to the idea that Lake's Funland is the answer to this case. After he says that, it fades into a mini game. The mini game shows a crying child running away from someone in an all-black fit with blood dripping. My dog is not nonchalant and mysterious. I don't even know what he's wearing. We take control of one of the animatronics, Hayden, and start following the blood trail. We go around the entire left side of the restaurant and walk into an arcade to see the child dead. Mom starts talking to us about the 6th animatronic, Chick the bird, the Angry Bird looking one. She was going around looking at the camera footage because she was thinking about what Michael told her, and she found Chick inside of the vents. You need to lure her with the audio cues inside of the vents in order to take care of her. Mom continues though, saying how it's weird that she's inside of the vents because Chick is completely blind. Her circus got messed up 4 years ago when she was found outside in the snowstorm. And if you remember, these missing children incidents were taking place 4 years ago, which is important to know because the next thing our mom tells us is that she found a notebook of ours on a table. She started to read it and now she became really nervous.
I don't want to sound nosy. I mean it, and I'm really sorry if I do. You left some of your notebooks on the table a couple of days ago. I picked them up to put them in your drawer, but I noticed your notes. You know, that investigation you're doing for school about the missing children and their possible connection to Lorraine's assassination. I mean, you're doing great. It's just that I don't think you'll get anywhere with it. Like, it's been about 4 years since that, and there's barely any information on the case. Whoever you ask will probably lead you to simple rumors. There's a bunch of them out there. I don't know, I'd suggest you find another case. There's plenty of interesting cases you can work on. What about the robberies at the Red Path Museum? That sounds interesting enough. I'm sure you'll get a high grade. Listen, I just think it may not be safe to do an investigation on such a serious case. At least if you're not a professional certified detective, but you do what you think is best.
Really suspicious of you, mother. Even telling us to get another case? Very suspicious. Now for the night 4 cutscene, it begins with Ashley and Jane talking about her best friend and how she hasn't seen him in 4 years and really wishes he's doing well. But we're about to find out that he isn't. That boy is dead! Oh. No! I didn't mean it! Oh my god, no! No! Oh my god! Oh my god! Don't do it! 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 No! Harlan wakes up in a black background similar to the one Magwood was in. He questions if he's dead. Then a familiar voice starts to talk to him. He introduces himself as someone who feeds on the depths of darkness and disgrace. He feeds on the needs and desires of the unfortunate. He will always provide, but only in one condition. Harlan doesn't know why he's here and what he did to get here, but he's not here to hurt the boy. He's here to collect something his grandfather owed him, meaning Harlan's grandfather is Magwood. That also tells us bro made more exchanges with the entity than we think. But the thing is here to give Harlan a family, something he's always wanted, and that he already has some lost souls under his wing and they're one big family just waiting for him. Obviously Harlan gets excited, he's getting a family. Then he realizes he doesn't have anything to offer, but the entity says it's fine, you are my prize. That's some riz, I'm not gonna lie, that's some riz. Harlan accepts the deal and slowly the entity takes over him, making more and more corrupt. Then it ends there. Mama on the 5th night doesn't say much but apologizes for putting her through so much and having her take this job. She didn't realize it was going to be this bad, and that's all she says really for this night. For the cutscene, we're back in Magwood's office and he's in absolute distraught. He doesn't know what to do anymore, but he remembers he has the entity to help him. So out of desperation, he calls over the entity. And reading the dialogue, he already knew that his son's wife and daughter were going to die. His grandson's life was going to be shit. He starts bitching at the thing, but he tells him to watch his mouth. I don't know why they're pressing each other, like, let's calm down. The entity tells Magwood that he'll fix everything for him, but he needs to do a major favor. He wants to start his own establishment, and in order to jumpstart it, he needs 5 souls. Magwood obviously is like, what the hell? But the entity does what he does best and guilt trips Magwood in order to doing it. Dude's a loser, I ain't gonna lie. It goes black and fades into another cutscene showing the black figure going up to the kid in the back alley of the restaurant. Literally 200 pumping the kid and evacuating the scene. It's night 6 and we get a phone call, but this time it's not our mom. Michael, who is talking to us, asks us if we even have seen our mom. She hasn't been picking up any of his calls and he's really worried about her. So where's our mom? Anyways, we continue on and beat the night and a voice comes on. Yes! Yes!
Well, it was nice while it lasted.
Yes!
See you
Never! Hell yeah!
I'm out of here.
All that for $190. Let's go!
We need you so that we can leave.
Boy, I am not helping. Wait! What? I didn't beat the game? I'm gonna be honest, I was hella confused. Because after we returned back to the menu, we didn't even get the final night. I thought I did something wrong in the night maybe, so I go back and play it, but I found something else instead. I don't get it. Do I have to like... What do I do? See, this is where we stop. I'm using Dark Taurus. I have no idea who this girl is. Like, genuinely, I don't. On the wiki, it says that her name is Abby and she plays a big role in the sequel game, which looks to come out next year. So we have to just push this to the side and move on. In order to actually beat the game correctly and save those children, you have to play some mini games in nights 3 to 5 and go and talk to the crying child and say these words: "You must not cry, my child. You don't have to be alone anymore. Now take my hand and come with me." If you do all this and replay the 6th night, the angry bird looking one won't attack you. Instead, once you beat the night, she'll appear right in front of you, putting you inside of another cutscene. Ashley wakes up in the black back room like everybody else who's been here and starts to wonder where she is. But then a voice comes on and Lorraine, who's the angry bird animatronic, reveals to be the child that died in the back alley. Lorraine tells her how they ended up here, and it was exactly how one of the people we interviewed said it was like. They all came here at night and was killed. But that's not the point though. The point is that who did that to them. The person who did all of this to them, and that person was Ashley's mother. Ashley denies it. She doesn't believe it. Her mom's a good person, but it's true. Magwood threatened her if she didn't do it, so she had no other choice. She did it to protect her daughter Ashley. She needs to return to Lakes Funland one more time in order to help the missing children escape from the entity holding on to them. It's what her mom would have wanted. She lived regretting everything, living in guilt. Ashley must come back one more time to save them, and the cutscene ends there. We played the final night. Everybody is aggressive, which I have no idea why. Wouldn't y'all like want to stop attacking Ashley if you wanted help? Or is it because the dark spirit is controlling them? Whatever, it doesn't matter because we actually were able to beat the night. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh my god. 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 Let's go. Let's go. I thought I lost. I swear to god, I thought I lost. Oh my god.
All right, boys. You're all going back home.
Yep, burn them all.
Good riddance.
Burn them all. Yeah, whatever that means. Oh my god. Oh my god. After we beat the final night, we return back to the dark space. Lorraine comes back and tells Ashley she's done it. Everyone is free now. All the missing children comes back and starts to forgive Ashley's mom in order to move on to the next life. Lorraine tells Ashley one more time to never forget how much she loved her and says that she forgives her and rests with the other children. But that's not all the children there. Harlan is still there. He's on the floor crying and mad at Ashley for doing this. He finally had a family and she just took it away from him. But Ashley tells him it doesn't have to be like this. This isn't the way to go. His real family is waiting for him on the other side. His real mom and sister. Harlan gets up and starts crying, then says he had completely forgot about them. Ashley tells him that he's still holding on to his strings. Is he gonna stay here crying like a little bitch, or is he going to move on and live happily with his real family? Harlan says she's right, but all the people he attacked, he tried to hurt Ashley, but she forgives him. She knows he didn't mean to do it in a bad way. She says he's her best friend, so does Harlan. She tells Harlan goodbye, and Harlan tells Ashley goodbye, and then he went to rest and the credits start playing. But that's not the end though. There's one more cutscene to go through, and it looks like to be Ashley's mother's timeline. It starts off when she was a little kid going to her first day of school, then it cuts to her and her father being in a funeral, which might be showing her mother passing away. Next is her graduating college and getting her degree, then her making a family with her husband. Next it shows her shaking Magwood's hand, meaning she's been hired for the job. Then it cuts to Magwood yelling at Rachel, and she's crying hard because this is the moment he most likely told her if she doesn't get him souls of children, then he'll take Ashley's. Next is her crying on the floor after she killed the 3 children, showing proof that she really was the mysterious figure doing all this. Then it shows her crying in the bathroom. You walk up to her and the mini game ends there. Before this game comes to a conclusion though, there were some tapes and collectibles that you can play, just confirming everything was true, and that her whole plan was to have Ashley go to Lakes Funland and free the children. The other tapes just explained her situation and how terrible she felt about doing these things to the children. But that is Together Again. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and the game story. I'm sorry for delaying this game for so long, but hopefully it was worth it. Like and subscribe. If you want to see a video on a canceled FNAF fan game, click on the screen right now.